Aloha, my name is Tatum Salmons, and I'll be talking about my mediation experience that I got to have on Friday in this very field. So that, just to get right into it, from the experience, I think the things that I saw that we did right and that worked the most was coming from just being our natural selves. And I guess where I see this in our classes and what we've talked about is coming in with already having a heart at peace. That both me and Noah were comfortable and didn't have any gripe towards either of them. And in that way we were able to be ourselves. Noah came in being very gentle and genuine with the words that he said, and for me personally, I was able to try and bring a little bit more humor and light to what we were talking, because these two people were very passionate about it and showed it in different ways, where one would try and talk all about what they thought, and whereas the other one, he was very more quiet and very quick in his comments and very short and wouldn't open up a lot. So with that, I saw that what began to work more with what we were doing, near the end we decided to separate them both and talk to them individually. And by doing this, it brought them out of the box, where they were both so deeply in the box with one another, but we were out of the box with them individually. They felt no harm towards us. They actually wanted us to know what to do and help them. And with this and combining it with coming outside, it created more of an open environment, literally, where instead of being in an office space, I think there's a lot to be said about body language and also just visual language, where in a field you're not used to having a debate. So I believe that was some of the things that went very well with that, and also not trying to negate what they were saying, but working to reframe it in that way. But also in that, going to what didn't work, I think our curiosity about, they said, like what we talked about in class, paradoxical curiosity and wanting to understand them, and reframing was almost harmful in a different way, where we didn't use the framing to its best advantage, where we could have reframed it to be able to bring them to an equal ground instead of just helping them feel understood, which is important. We could have been able to say, well, you are being able to see that you want people to feel comfortable and you don't want the diversity to go away, but you want people to be helped and to make this more diverse and help everyone be represented. And she's also feeling that she wants everyone to feel represented and not attacked, and being able to bring that bridge together instead of just going back and forth being like, oh, this is how you feel and this is how you feel. I think that would have been really important in also helping them get out of that cycle with one another that we talked about in Christ's seclusion cycle. And part of this, I think, stems from what we did at the beginning, where a very important part now that I realize is the ground rules. And ground rules of telling them that we no name calling, don't interrupt, and we did tell them all that, but something our role players told us at the end as feedback was to make sure that it's clear and that they both verbally agree to them. They verbally agreed to us. That meaning we would say, do you both agree to this? And can you give a verbal yes? And then they'd say yes. And that way, later on in the argument, we could be able to call them out about it. And not in a calling out, trying to correct them way, but in a, hey, you agreed to, at the beginning, not to interrupt. You'll have your chance to talk once they're done. Thank you. And just bring it in like that. I think sometimes we did get in the sense of correcting instead of helping things just go right in that way. And with that, I think starting at the beginning as well, if we had built up a relationship and not been afraid to pull them out of the conflict like that, our questions really did resolve more around the conflict, talking about their culture and why they love the school, and instead bringing them away from the school completely and back home or different places that they would have felt more out of the box. And I'm very grateful for this experience, and I'm excited to learn and use this knowledge and improve on it. So thank you so much for this class, and mahalo. Hope that you have a great one.